Hi, welcome to the Hartwell handover video of the EcoSport. We're going to do the EcoSport today. This particular model is an EcoSport ST line, but obviously there are other models in the range, and obviously you can get optional extras and bits and pieces on the car that don't feature on this one. And there'll be this will have some stuff that doesn't feature on your one potentially. But we're going to run through this and run through the controls, and the reason I'm doing this, obviously with the current situation with COVID-19, we can't do social distancing from inside the car and run through the controls with you. So I'm going to do that today, and we're going to start with the outside of the car. And I'm just going to head to the rear and I'll run through the petrol cap with you. Nice and straightforward, petrol cap just opens up, and inside is Ford's easy fuel system, which is great because it means that you can't put diesel in a petrol car or petrol in a diesel car. It will only fit the correct nozzle when you're at the petrol station, so it's a good bit of peace of mind for you. Come around to the rear of the car and how to open the boot. So just underneath the right hand side where your brake lights are, there is a little rubber pad which you can press up, and that will open the boot door, enabling you to obviously get into the boot there. And just underneath there is your tyre inflation kit. The EcoSport doesn't come with the spare wheel. So once you're in the driver's seat of the EcoSport, you can adjust it to suit you how you would like it to be. The controls are just on the right hand side here. You've got the turning lever which will adjust the back of the seat. This lever just here, which is up and down, will pump the seat up and down. And in the middle of the seat you have a rake that you can pull up, and obviously backwards and forwards just on the seat there. You can also adjust the steering column. There's a lever just underneath which will enable you to put the steering wheel up and down. And if we move on to the driver's door, you can see that there's electronic windows just for the rear and for the front just here. You also have wing mirror controls from the driver's side door. You press whichever side you'd like to move, and then you use your joypad. You fold them in by pressing the button there, and also lock the rear windows if you want to. There's also a lock and unlock button when you're inside the car, so if you want to lock the car you can do. Moving down just to the right hand side, we have our lights just here. So you can see at the moment the lights are set on auto, but you also have on permanently and side lights just there. The auto setting basically means that when it's dark at night the lights will come on for you. If you have a heavy load in the boot or in the rear of the vehicle, you can press this button just in the middle, and if the lights are slightly up because of that heavy load, you can just turn it round and it will angle the lights back onto the road so you're not blinding any oncoming traffic there. We have fog lights for the front and the rear, and we also have a dashboard delumination and illumination device so that you can have the display to what you want it to be. Onto the steering wheel, obviously lots of controls in and around the steering wheel, and we'll work our way through them now. So right hand stalk just here controls the windscreen washers and wipers. One up will put it onto an intermittent setting, and as I mentioned earlier with the lights on auto, if your stalk is at the intermittent level, the windscreen wipers will come on when it rains. You can override it and up the speed of the intermittency if you want to by this control in the middle. Next click up, windscreen wipers will go all the time, and the final click up, they'll go even faster. You pull it towards you for your jet wash on the front, and that'll obviously put some water onto the screen, clear the screen. And you can see on the end of the control here, on the end of the stalk, we have controls for the rear wiper. So the first click up will start the rear wiper going at an intermittent speed, and the next click up the wiper will go all the time. And you just push it forward for your wash at the rear as well. Right hand side of the steering wheel, we have controls for the radio. So you can search for your different stations by pressing these two, and lower and higher the volume with your voice control button in the middle there. Once you've got a phone connected, you can press that voice control button, and you can ask to call home, and the car will call home, or wherever you want to call. You can also accept calls or decline calls if you want to from this button just here. Just to the left hand side of the steering wheel, we've got our cruise control just here, so we get to whatever speed we want to, and we press the set button. That will then put the speed to what we want it to be. You can higher and lower the speed by controlling these buttons here. You can reset the speed, you can cancel it. You can also limit the speed if you want to a particular level so that you don't creep over the speed limit. The other ways to cancel the cruise control is by pressing the brake or the clutch pedal, and that will also cancel it. The left hand button here will control your centre display on the dash. and allowing you to flick through the menu and look at things such as miles per gallon, your trip computer for miles that are on the car, and average speed, things like that. Left hand side here as well, what we have got is your indicator stalk. So left obviously turns the right hand up, turns the right hand side of the indicators on, and down will turn the left hand side of the indicators on. You've got flash and main beam from here as well. You can also turn your parking lights on from here. That was that beeping. So moving on to the centre console, quite a few buttons just to run through here with you, but we'll start at the bottom with a 12 volt adapter, and there's also a couple of USB ports there, so you can plug in your USB lines to that there. We've got traction control that you can turn on and off, and auto start stop that you can turn on and off as well. Central just here is the climate control and temperature controls for the vehicle. So left hand side button is the fan speeds. Obviously you can have it as little or as much as you like. And we have the temperature control just there as well. You've got heated seats in this particular one and a heated steering wheel. And then in the middle you've got the places where the fans will blow out. You have a little auto button here, so you can set the temperature to what you want it to be, and the car will keep it at that temperature all the time. Max aircon button will increase the speed of the speed of the fans and put the maximum air conditioning into the car straight away. And also you have a recirculation button as well, so that will close those fans at the front and recirculate the air in the car. Ford's classic heated front screen, obviously you put that on, 30 seconds later the screen will be clear and you'll be ready to drive off. And also we've got a heated rear screen as well. Moving up to the multimedia system just here, very simple, all very much straightforward touch screen, and we have our home button here which takes you all the way back to this home screen. A few controls just at the bottom here, where you can search the different stations. You can also adjust the sound from here. We have a volume button and a tune button as well, just on the right hand side. If we start off with the audio, again like I say, touch screen, so you press that button, you can store your stations just along the bottom here, and also we have different sources. Whoops. So you can have AM, FM, DAB. This particular EcoSport has a CD player which is just above the glove box there, and also you've got Bluetooth audio, and as I mentioned, if you've got something plugged into the USB, it will pick it up on this screen. Moving along, we have our phone. Very simple and straightforward to use. You just click the add phone button and go to your Bluetooth menu on your own phone, and you'll be able to pair it up. And again, like I say, really simple to do. Navigation, again, nice and easy. Click on your destination and it will allow you to search. You can search towns, you can search postcodes, streets, whatever's easiest for you to put in there, or whatever information you want to put in there, you can. Mobile apps is the next tab along. Again, once you've got a phone plugged, you'll find a few more mobile apps just along here, things such as Spotify, and this is where your Ford Pass app comes in. So you download your Ford Pass app, you'll see it on here, you can really interact with the car then. And then on settings, we have a number of different things that you can do. Like I said, adjust the sound. You've got general settings on there, you can change the light inside the car if you don't like that, all sorts of bits and pieces. And then we've got a home button there, just takes us back to the home screen. So thanks for taking the time to watch this handover video today of the EcoSport. Like I mentioned earlier, this particular one is an ST line, but there are other models and variants, and other cars do have other features. So if you have any questions about those, please just give us a call. But for now, what we'd like to say from everybody at Hartwell's, enjoy your new car.